Imagine you're a sailor on the open Atlantic. The year is 1872. The skies are gray, the ocean stretches endlessly in every direction. And then, you see it. A ship. Drifting. No one at the helm. Sails partially set. Completely silent. You call out. Nothing. You board. And what you find will haunt maritime history forever. Welcome back to the echoes of crime. Today, we're diving into one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the sea, the ghost ship Mary Celeste, and the baffling, terrifying, and complete disappearance of her entire crew. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now and smash that like, because this one, you don't want to miss it. The Mary Celeste was a British-American brigantine merchant ship, a two-masted sailing vessel about 100 feet long. Built in Nova Scotia in 1861, she was originally called the Amazon before being sold, renamed, and refitted. By November 1872, she set sail from New York Harbor, headed for Genoa, Italy. Her cargo? 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol. Her captain? Benjamin Spooner Briggs, a respected, experienced sailor. A man of faith, reputation, and competence. Aboard with him, his wife Sarah, his 2-year-old daughter Sophia, and 7 experienced crew members. 10 people in total. All of them gone. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Fast forward to December 4, 1872. The British brigantine Dei Grazia is sailing through the Atlantic, roughly 600 miles off the coast of Portugal. Her helmsman spots something unusual on the horizon. A ship. Moving erratically. Zigzagging. No one steering. Captain David Morehouse, who actually knew Captain Briggs personally, recognized the vessel. It was the Mary Celeste. He hailed her. No response. He sent a boarding party. What they found left them speechless. The ship was intact. The hull was sound. There was no fire. No major damage. No signs of a violent storm. The cargo was still there. The crew's personal belongings, clothes, boots, pipes, even a sewing machine, all still on board. There was food in the galley. The cooking stove had a meal that appeared to have been recently prepared. The captain's log was present, the last entry dated November 25, 9 days earlier. And in the captain's cabin? A half-eaten breakfast still sitting on the table. 10 people. Vanished. Without a trace. Now here's where it gets even stranger. The investigators didn't just find an empty ship, they found a ship full of clues that made no sense. Clue number 1, the single lifeboat was missing. This suggested the crew left willingly, they had time to board a lifeboat. But why? And where did they go? Clue number 2, the ship's navigation instruments, the sextant and the marine chronometer, were gone. Sailors don't abandon a ship without taking their navigation tools unless they left in a desperate hurry with no time to think, or they were planning to return. Clue number 3, the rigging. Some of the sails were furled, some were set, in a way that suggested the ship had been hastily abandoned mid-sail. Clue number 4, the cargo hold had about 9 barrels of alcohol that were empty, out of 1,701. Some investigators later suggested the fumes from leaking alcohol barrels could have caused a perceived explosion or gas buildup, scaring the crew into thinking the ship was about to blow. Clue number 5, and this one is eerie, there was a long rope trailing behind the ship, tied to the stern. As if a lifeboat had been tied there, dragging behind, and then the rope simply snapped. Or was cut. Did the crew try to stay close to the ship while waiting for something? And then drift away? Or were they pulled away by forces unknown? Over the past 150 years, investigators, historians, and conspiracy theorists have put forward dozens of explanations. Let's walk through the most compelling ones. Theory 1, Waterspout or freak weather. A sudden waterspout or severe weather could have panicked the crew into abandoning ship. But, the ship itself showed no significant storm damage. The sea was reportedly calm when the Dei Grazia found her. This theory has holes. Theory 2, Alcohol vapor explosion scare. This is arguably the most credible theory today. Those 9 empty barrels could have leaked industrial alcohol, filling the cargo hold with invisible, odorless vapor. A small ignition could have caused a non-destructive but terrifying rush of flame, enough to make the crew think the entire ship was about to explode. Captain Briggs may have ordered everyone into the lifeboat, intending to wait nearby, and then the rope snapped. Theory 3, Piracy or Mutiny. Could the crew have turned on Captain Briggs? Or were they attacked by pirates? This theory was heavily investigated, but there was no blood, no signs of struggle, no damaged cargo. Pirates would have taken the alcohol. Mutineers wouldn't have left their belongings. Most experts have discredited this one. Theory 4, Seaquake. A sudden underwater earthquake could have caused the ocean surface to behave violently, tricking the crew into thinking the ship was sinking. Again, possible, but unverifiable. Theory 5, the paranormal. And of course, some go there. Alien abduction. Sea monsters. Bermuda Triangle energy, even though the Mary Celeste wasn't technically near the triangle. These theories are fun, but evidence-free. The truth? Nobody knows. And that's what makes this case so endlessly fascinating. The bodies of Captain Briggs, his wife Sarah, little Sophia, and the 7 crew members were never found. The Mary Celeste herself was brought into Gibraltar, where a lengthy inquiry was held. Despite suspicions of foul play, some officials even suspected the crew of the Dei Grazia of staging the whole thing for salvage money. No charges were ever filed. No wrongdoing was proven. The Mary Celeste continued to sail under various owners for another 12 years, a ship that couldn't shake her dark reputation. In 1885, her final owner deliberately ran her aground in Haiti as part of an insurance fraud scheme. That's the fate she finally met, not a storm, not pirates, but a scam. She sank in the waters off Haiti, and that was the end of the ghost ship Mary Celeste. But the mystery? The mystery lives on. So what do you think happened? Was it the alcohol vapors? A waterspout? Something darker? 150 years later, historians still debate it. Divers have searched. Writers have theorized. And yet, we still don't know why 10 people vanished from a perfectly intact, fully supplied ship in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Some mysteries, it seems, are meant to stay mysterious. If you made it this far, thank you. Genuinely. This kind of story deserves to be heard, and you being here means the world. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, it helps more people discover stories like this one. And if you want more deep dives into history's greatest mysteries, true crime, and the unexplained, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an upload. We drop new mysteries every week, and trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. Until then, stay curious, stay safe, and watch the horizon. You never know what might be drifting toward you.